So, hello and welcome. My name's Steve Nobel, and today I'm speaking with Raquel Sacramento on clearing the Akashic Records. And Raquel works with a system called Quantum Psionics, which is an innovative and highly advanced vibrational healing modality that helps individuals enjoy greater harmony and balance on every level, which is physical, mental, emotional and spiritual. Raquel is an experienced healer and a consultant and trainer in the Quantum Psionics method of healing, and she lives in Portugal with a young son. Hi Raquel.
Hi Steve, thanks for having me.
Oh, pleasure again. Once again we speak about the subject of the Akashic Records. Well, just for people listening who may not completely understand the Akashic, what are the Akashic Records?
Right, so I've been a professional healer for over 16 years, so we've been studying many different modalities, and the Akashic Records have become like a hot topic in recent years, because everything that has ever happened or is happening and will happen is recorded in the Akashic Records. So this unified consciousness field is like a universal cosmic computer where everything, all the things that have happened, all the thoughts, all the feelings of everyone in the universe have been recorded and are being recorded. So these energetic records have been known, for thousands of years. Even in the Bible, they've called it the Book of Life. So, many different traditions talk about the Akasha or the Akashic Records. So it's if we can tap into it with the right intentions for healing and for helping people for the highest good, then I think it can be a very powerful tool to help people in these transition times.
Now, Akashic Records connects to some degree with this idea of the law of karma, karma being action and consequences, cause and effect. Can you say something more about karma in the Akashic?
Yeah, so karma is, like you said, basically it's one of the laws of the universe, so the law of cause and effect. So everything has a cause, and every effect has its own cause. So everything we do is being recorded, and maybe later in this lifetime or in another lifetime, we'll get the effect or the consequence of what we've sown. So it's always about what you are co-creating in each moment. So I think karma is more about rebalancing. It's not like divine punishment. It's more about correcting any misdeeds or any negativity that you might have done or thought or intended. So everything is being recorded, even if we're not aware of it. So the Akashic Records can be very useful for our own self-knowledge. So it's not to punish ourselves or to be afraid of it. It's more to help us to heal and to clear whatever we need to clear in this lifetime, to be happier and healthier and to fulfill our divine life's mission as well.
Well, with karma, something such as causing deliberate harm, murder or war or creating, mass poverty or something deliberately, that we can see there are consequences to that karmically. But unintentional harm, where someone is unintentionally harmed, and of course the person may feel a great deal of guilt, which itself generates some karma, doesn't it?
Yes, I think so. I think it's all quite complex, and perhaps from a human perspective we are not capable of fully understanding it, because also it's probably a very complex system and simple in another way. So I'm sure, even behind unintentional harm, there could be even some history from other lifetimes that is being brought back to the surface, So maybe we need to investigate, and that's where the Akashic Records come in. We can tap into the Akashic Records. There are many different techniques nowadays that allow us to do that.
Yeah.
To check for the information that we need through meditation, through Akashic Records clearing, even through Quantum Psionics, we can also tap into that information. And for example, the beauty of this Quantum Psionic system, especially when we use one of the boards that is called the crystalline grid, is that we can access all the information contained in the DNA, and that is actually our personal Akashic Record system. So in our DNA, we have the entire history of the universe ourselves, because we are a microcosmos reflecting the macrocosmos. So we are also being able to tap into that information through our own DNA, the 12 strands, the 12 energetic strands of DNA that also Cryon talks about. So, for example, with Quantum Psionic sessions, we can tap into that information and we can reprogram the DNA using specific commands and this holographic mind projection and using crystals. So it's a very complete system to clear any negative information like negative emotions, negative limiting patterns or archetypes, any memories, traumas from this lifetime, other lifetimes, in our family lineage. So it can be as wide as we want. And then we can clear that using specific commands and a specific technique. And then we can also program positive potentials, we say. So it's like in the latent genes, so in the white sheets, in the blank pages of in the book of our own DNA, we can rewrite our history. So I think this is amazing because we can program love and abundance and joy and perfect health and vitality and all good things. So we've cleared the negativity, and then we can put in the positive programs so we can start resonating in these high frequencies and attracting a different reality for ourselves.
Well, Quantum Psionics is the method that obviously you teach, and this is one of a number of tools that have come available in the past few decades for clearing the Akashic. Why are we suddenly having all these tools to clear the Akashic? Why not 100 years ago?
I think the time is now, isn't it, Steve? It's you talk a lot about Ascension, and this is a time of great awakening and a great opportunity for humanity to evolve and to, I think for thousands of years we haven't been given this chance, and now we have the chance to evolve very quickly, very rapidly, and the world needs that, as we all know, and we can see what is going on. There is a lot of chaos, a lot of violence, a lot of misinformation, but also great light and a lot of awakening happening in our planet. So, it's incredible time to be alive. So now we are being given these highly advanced techniques because we also need them to clear negativity, to heal on a deep level, both personally and also collectively. So I think this is a great opportunity, a great time to be alive, and also to do healing and to help people, because now we can really go very deep and to do very profound and healing and to help to transform people's lives.
Now, I know a lot of people access the Akashic Records for reading, who was I in a past life and who are my guides or where am I heading, that kind of thing. And then there's the intention of clearing karmic patterns. It's important to have the right intention, isn't it, in connecting with the Akashic, rather than just being voyeuristic,
Absolutely, I totally agree. I think it's not so much about wanting to know who we were, what happened, just out of curiosity or for some other purpose. I think if we do it in the name of light and love and truth and for healing, then I think we are, really tapping into that information for the highest good, and it can be an incredible, powerful way of healing and of clearing those, deep patterns that we hold in ourselves and in our DNA. So the right intention probably is, even in our guides, our spirit guides, will probably help us to access even more information if we come with pure and healing intentions, rather than just for, voyeuristic purposes, like you said.
Now, for accessing the Akashic, it seems like we're working with beings on the other side, like our higher self and other guides. How do you experience working with the Akashic in terms of working with guides or higher self?
Right, so you're also a quantum science practitioner, so you know that once we start a healing session, we always connect with our divine I am presence, so the higher self of the practitioner, and then we also connect to the higher self of the client. So we are connecting on the highest level, and then Quantum Psionics works like a personal computer that is activated by the higher self. So we can tap into all the information, and we can do measurements and do an initial analysis of what's going on. And then we can put the intention of clearing and harmonizing whatever we discover during the initial conversation and also during measurements. And then we can work on we activate all these different healing frequencies through different portals, working at least up to the 12th dimension, but even beyond. So it's an amazing tool, I find, to support spiritual evolution and a greater expansion of consciousness, besides bringing us back into energetic alignment, stress relief, bringing clarity, bringing a lot of vitality. So it works on all levels of the human being. And I think it's a wonderful way for self-knowledge as well, because once you understand what patterns are limiting you, what's, the root causes of any suffering, of any illness, anything that is happening in your life, then I think that's very liberating, and true healing can occur.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, let me ask you a bit more about the Quantum Psionics method, because this method has 3 charts. One is this blue chart where a lot of personal clearing can happen. Then there's the one you mentioned, the crystalline chart, where you can go into the DNA. And then there's another chart, a green chart, which is used for space clearing. Could you just say something about these 3 charts?
Yes, so, Quantum Psionics always works like a highly advanced mind-operated computer that operates in this quantum frequency. So we are connected to our higher selves and to universal consciousness. And this method allows for, energetic clearing, harmonization, to find solutions for specific issues. So the blue board that you mentioned is focusing more on me and the world, me and my relationships. And then the crystalline grid, it's another Quantum Psionics board where we can dive into our inner universe and look at all these core issues. We are looking at our family history, our own personal history. We're tapping into the Akashic Records. We can identify patterns and negative emotions, things that we need to clear in ourselves. And then we can do the actual healing session, and it's really powerful and effective. And then we have the green board, which is again another Quantum Psionics table or board that can work on harmonizing houses and spaces and businesses with very specific healing tools for spaces. So we work a lot with Feng Shui principles and specific healing frequencies that have been designed for houses. But we work with a house as a living entity, so it's like we are connecting to a space as a living consciousness, and I find that a very innovative concept, and it works really well, and it's always wonderful to do it, and also the results that we get.
Wonderful.
So Quantum Psionics, we use, it's a combination of different techniques, and it's a very integrated system, as you know, Steve. So you can also personalize it with all the knowledge and experience that you bring as a healer and as a practitioner. So it can have really amazing and very effective results.
Now, I know you train people in the method. You're coming to London in January to do the crystalline board, aren't you?
Yes, I've been doing training for a few years now. So I do online training, but I also come often to the UK. So I've been coming to the UK for a few years now. So I'll be in London on the 12th and 13th of January to teach the crystalline grid. So all these different boards, they work as separate modules. You don't have to take them in a specific order. So, if you feel more attracted to working with crystals and the DNA, you can always come on this course, even if you haven't done the blue board, the blue Quantum Psionics board first. And I've also recently been to China, so I'm now teaching in Beijing, and I've taught all the four levels, because there's another 4th board that we call the Universal Psionic board, to work on collective and planetary healing as well, which is something that I know you enjoy a lot, Steve.
Absolutely.
It's our life's mission too. Yeah, so I'll be coming to London in January, and maybe later also to teach the green board, perhaps around April or May, but we haven't set the dates yet. And I also do the online training. It's ongoing, so also if people are interested, you can get in touch.
Well, your website is novaterra.org.pt, and there will be a link going out with this podcast.
I also have a new website which is completely in English, so it's called quantumpsionics.com, which is probably easier for people to find. And I'll be putting all the dates and all the information in about the upcoming courses that I hold.
I'll send both links out with this podcast. Great. Well, Raquel, wonderful. thank you so much, and I'll probably catch you for tea in London when you're over.
Yes, I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, thanks very much. Blessings to everyone listening. Thanks, Steve.